So there I was, when all of a sudden, I'm knee deep in hand grenade pins over here. Classified information here. I've only really got one E-4 Mafia story. So here goes. Being this is the anniversary month, October, for me, and many others out there, it tends to stir up a lot of memories. And this has got to be the one that really sticks out for me. And this is how I got to Mogadishu. Many of you, I was hell-bent on making a difference and making my mark in the world. I was already married to a first sergeant's daughter and had a 6-month-old baby boy, Gary, now Sergeant Gary Breland, stationed at Fort Campbell, rendezvous with destiny, and also, like many of you, my mother told me that there were starving children in Africa pretty much my entire natural life up to that point. Missed the boat on Desert Storm because the 101st Commanding General's desk made the plane and not my fire engine. Yeah, that happened. Disappointing to say the least. Living the sweet life at Fort Campbell at the fire station. Destiny crash at fire station number 4 on the other side of the airfield. We had task force behind us, aviation and the tower all around us, and a grill, cable TV, and brown government leather recliners. The sacrifices we make for our country. Sitting down after a microwave meal of leftover meals from Desert Storm, my sergeant comes into the day room, kicks back in a recliner with the rest of us, and he proceeds to inform us that our battalion is looking for drivers to volunteer to go to Africa to feed the starving children. First thought in my mind was that this would never cross my mother's lips again. But it was definitely an opportunity to try to make a difference. My son was safe at home, well fed, loved by everybody, and well cared for. So maybe this was a difference I could make. All that said, here's the E-4 Mafia part. About an hour later, halfway through another movie at the fire station, I asked my squad leader if I could volunteer for the mission. So I go into the alarm room and call battalion. Their man 24 hours. And I got questions. Apparently, staff duty had a standing order to notify the sergeant major at home after hours if anybody had decided to volunteer for this mission to go to Africa, unbeknownst to me. So when staff duty was met with my query, their reply was to stand by for Sergeant Major and patch me through to her home phone. For about 5 minutes at the position of parade rest, it was decided that she would get back with me the next day. We get off at 7 in the morning from the fire station after a 24-hour shift, and my squad leader is furious at shift change because he just got a phone call from the first sergeant wondering how Specialist Breland was talking to the battalion sergeant major at home the night prior. This is the gangsta part. My squad leader had already gone into the first sergeant's office when we got back to the orderly room. Two things with that. One, I'm not real sure why the door was closed. And number two, I wasn't really sure if my squad leader was still alive. And then I got called in on the carpet, and as I stood there with the first sergeant wound up like a top ready to explode, the unthinkable happened. Sergeant Major called his direct line and demanded that I report immediately to battalion for my impending departure to Mogadishu, Somalia with the other volunteers. I almost didn't make it to Africa because I almost didn't survive the volunteer call. Woo!